What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. All right, today I want to talk about September 13th. And now this is an important date that we really need to focus on. Okay, so what we normally see is we normally see a CPI score around the second week of the month. And so September 13th, we're going to see a CPI score. And so in this video, I'm going to talk about why this is significant. And then I'm also going to talk about the stock market. The stock market is tanking right now, and we need to talk a little bit about that as well. So first off, on this video, we talk about money and the financial struggles that Americans are facing today. If that sounds like something interesting to you, please subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell notification. That way you get notified anytime we put out a video. And like always, if you see my name and a picture of me in the comment section, make sure you see a check mark next to my name. That check mark signifies that it's me. If you do not see that check mark, it's not me. It's someone trying to impersonate me. Okay, so first off, let's talk a little bit about the stock market. So we know that the Fed chair today, he was speaking, and he basically said they're still going to be aggressive when it comes to inflation. So they're going to be going after inflation, which means that they'll be raising interest rates again in September. And so that's got people really, really nervous. We were at a point now where we're thinking maybe we're beyond this whole inflation spike and we're starting to come down. But the Fed chair said, look, the goal is 2%. They want to get it down to 2%. And so they're going to be aggressive to make that happen. And so we can anticipate in September seeing another increase when it comes to interest rates. And so the market's going to suffer for that. The people who have 401ks right now are looking at their 401ks and you're losing money right now. Now, the only hope is that the market will correct itself next week. But as of right now, this is what we're looking at. And so we can anticipate interest rates going up even higher. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about September 13th. So September 13th is very, very important. And it's very important because that's when we'll get the next CPI score, and that will be for August. And that is something that we're really watching because we went from June at 9.1% year to year to 8.5% in July year to year. And now we have to see, will this number drop below 8.5? So that is the focus. Is it going to drop below what we saw in July? And if it does, then hopefully we'll be moving in that right direction. And so another reason why this is very important is people who are receiving Social Security benefits, they are taking July, August, and September. They're taking the CPI scores from July, August, and September, and that's how they're calculating the COLA for 2023. And so it's very important for us to watch this to see what we're looking at in August. Are we looking at around the same number, 8.5, 8.6? Maybe a little lower, maybe 8%. That all means something because when the Social Security Administration calculates COLA, they're going to be looking at those 3 months, and that will determine what COLA will look like. So the hope is that if it stays around the same, then we're still going to be looking at a COLA of maybe around 8%, 8.5%, somewhere around there. Now, a few months ago, economists were saying that we could see COLA at 11%. But I don't think we're going to see that anymore, just based on the fact that the CPI scores are starting to go down. And so that's very, very important for us to focus on September 13th. And then we also need to focus on the second week of October, because that's when the Social Security Administration will come down with COLA for 2023. And then also we'll find out what the CPI score, right before that, we'll find out what the CPI score is for September. So we have a lot of stuff that's going on when it comes down to COLA. So if you are receiving Social Security right now, you really need to be tuned in the next 45 days, because it's going to be very, very important. And then we also need to focus on the budget. They're going to be talking about the budget again in September. They need to have a budget for 2023. This is always something that we have problems with this all the time, where you'll have politicians go back and forth, back and forth. They have until September 30th to come up with a budget. If they can't come up with a budget, then they're going to either have to kick the can down the road a couple months to a continued resolution, or we're looking at a government shutdown. Now, government shutdown would mean that we would see some slowdown when it comes to Social Security. Okay, now they're not going to stop Social Security, but we would see a slowdown just because of the fact that we have a government shutdown and people aren't working in the federal government. And so I really want to know what you guys think about all this. But right now, what we're looking at, CPI scores, we really need to focus on those. The cost of living adjustment, we're going to see that in October. And then we also need to focus on the budget for 2023. If you guys have any questions, post them down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more. and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.